walking on air. And I can see your house from here. And I feel like I'm walking on air.
So I slept until 3. Actually, 2:15. But I had to pretend I was asleep for 45 minutes because not only couldn't I remember the name of the woman I was with, I also couldn't remember the name of the drummer from Whitesnake that I never told her I wasn't. God, it took her forever to find her retainer and leave. So then I read some Plato until the soft porn channel came on. So, Mom, Dad, that's my day. So there's no reason to visit.
It took me forever to get here. My bus was blocked by the crowd that had gathered to see the vision of the Virgin Mary in the window of the 42nd Street Popeye's Chicken.
Oh, Neil, you're here. How remarkably, what's the word? Brave, understanding.
What's the matter? What's going on?
We're all going to Jonathan's opening. I thought you knew and were being incredibly open-minded.
Alicia's old boyfriend, Jonathan?
He was my boyfriend, too, until I broke up with him.
I thought he broke up with you.
He said the words, threw me out, changed the lock, sure. But according to my therapist, I brought it on myself. So technically, I get the victory.
Neil.
Why didn't you tell me about Jonathan's opening?
Hey, I didn't even know about it till this afternoon when I got the invitation and the 3 dozen dead roses.
That doesn't mean we still have to go, does it?
Come on, Neil. Are you that insecure about a relationship that you think it can't stand up to one little show of a genius painter?
Good. Get that word genius in there. That helps.
A genius painter who's part of a totally destructive relationship that's totally in my past.
I don't understand. You threw this guy out. He threatened to kill himself over you. You said he was the most toxic thing in your whole life, and now you're just casually going to the opening of his show?
Yeah.
Boy, Jonathan's really good. You can feel his wonder and passion for her in every stroke.
No, this won't impress her at all, especially compared to last night's dinner when I said, hey, anything you want, even the lobster.
Wow, this one's great. Really captures her haunting, ultimate unknowability.
The only time she looked at me that hauntingly was when I told her I was 95% certain the condom was still on.
Thank you. That's very flattering, but I'm not sure I would really feel comfortable being entrusted with your ashes. So, Neil, I'm sorry. Are you having a terrible time?
About the same as when I got inadvertently separated from my teen tour in Munich. I had to ask 4 men in a beer garden playing darts if they would help me find the Temple Bethel minibus.
God, all these pictures of me. It's just like what they found in my 11th grade gym teacher's apartment right before she was mysteriously transferred to Florida. Come on, Neil. Try and enjoy yourself.
It's a little hard for me. I really don't fit in here. This wine is warm. I've already seen 5 art students sketch the woman I love and draw themselves nude coming up behind you.
What a night this must be for you. I can't imagine anything more thrilling. And I just want to let you know that other than hearing my psychiatrist tell my mother, you did nothing wrong, Helen. This is my worst nightmare.
I thought Jonathan said there were going to be some pictures of you here also.
There is. There's a pen and ink of me crawling back onto the curb after Jonathan kicked me out of the cab.
Where is it?
It's on the wall next to the payphone and the door the guys keep bringing little quiches out of.
God, he's arrogant.
You think he invited enough old girlfriends?
I know. In this room alone, more money's been spent on Slim Fast and home pregnancy kits than Mississippi spends on education in a year.
You don't have to prove anything. We can just leave right now if you're feeling at all awkward about this.
Hello. You egocentric bastard.
Hello, you loin-shattering sinkhole of emotional venom. So, what do you think of our show?
I think it's your best work.
You always were. Too bad it was sheer hell to do.
Too bad it was sheer hell to live.
You know, if you see that tall waiter around, he's really got this great little crab thing.
You're still with him? What kind of reclaimed girl next door fantasy of yours is that tapping into?
Jonathan, stop this. This is exactly how we wound up having to pay all the hospital bills for that gondolier.
You know, there's really no need to act like this, particularly if either of you finds any of this even vaguely arousing.
And he satisfies you.
Oh, it always comes down to that with you, Jonathan, doesn't it?
Sexually? As much as I did?
Look, you know, you don't have to.
More.
That's Barish. B-A-R-I.
Jonathan, you knew it was over. Why the hell did you even invite me here?
You'll see.
Jonathan, you know, I'm a part of your life. I'm in this show, too.
Well, not since some guy on the phone used your sketch to jot down the starting times of Hellraiser 3.
You are a hurtful, selfish ass. And I want you to know it is taking all of my self-control right now to avoid opening your belt with my teeth.
I'd like everyone's attention, please. I'd like to thank all of you for coming. I'd especially like to thank those of you that are buying my work, even with the knowledge that I may have slept with your wives. But I do have an announcement to make. There's obviously a very special woman in my life, one who challenges me, inspires me, occasionally infuriates me. God knows she's not expecting it, but I would like to ask her to spend the rest of my life with me.
God.
So if she'll have me, I'd like to ask Cynthia Hersey to marry me. She said yes. And we're not waiting. I'd like to invite all of you, except the critic from Mademoiselle, to be here 1 week from tonight to enjoy our wedding with us.
Jonathan, congratulations. I haven't been this happy for someone else since my mother finally let my father pick out the color of his car.
Congratulations, Jonathan. She seems like a great girl.
She is. She's a fantastic girl. And I owe it all to you, Alicia. Because if you hadn't broken up with me, I would have never met her. And if I hadn't experienced the hell of you, I would have never experienced the heaven of her. And you're selling like crazy. So, you finally found a way to make me happy.
Now then, we're going to be playing LA in November, Atlanta in early December, and San Francisco for New Year's. So, it's going to be a really long time before we're back here. So that means there's very little point in you coming back here to look for me. Hi, Neil. Is Alicia ready yet?
Damn it!
That would be a mid-heel, so I'd say probably another 10 minutes.
So I guess you're not going to the wedding.
Yeah, I am.
You know, it's amazing how calm and focused one can be at a time of great emotional turmoil like this.
So, are you okay with this?
Mm-hmm. I'm not looking at this as some spurned former lover choosing to cling to the memory of a hopeless past relationship. I'm looking at this as a chance to scrawl something in lipstick on the men's room mirror so terrifying that Jonathan will never be able to close his eyes at the moment of orgasm again. Come on. I have to time it right so I don't drive an impressionable music student innocently washing up into a sexual choice he wouldn't normally make.
God, everything I put on looks exactly like what Ronald and Alan and 2B are wearing tonight when Ronald's parents arrived from Utah for pasta puttanesca and a really hard talk. How about this? Does this look all right for a wedding?
Yeah, I think you look...
Doesn't even matter what I wear. I mean, this whole thing is ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as my mother marrying that Peruvian general because she liked the idea of living with a man who could execute the help.
I don't understand. What's so ridiculous about Jonathan marrying this girl?
Oh, you don't know Jonathan. This is obviously just a rebound relationship. He's just doing this to get back at me. I mean, who is she anyway? Okay, I know she's a model, an international photographer, and the daughter of a wealthy political family, but really, did you think there was anything special about her?
Absolutely not. She was, your typical all of those things. But, she makes him happy.
You think he's happy? That's not happy. Vomiting in public and ripping up canvases and beating his head against the door because I said I thought his brother looked taller. That's Jonathan happy.
Alicia, obviously there's something about this that's bothering you. So you can either stay here and change into more outfits than my overweight Aunt Sylvia when her air conditioner breaks, or maybe you can tell me what it is.
Neil, it's nothing. How does this look? Maybe Ronald would like this. I think I got it from him anyway.
You really don't want to go to this wedding, do you?
Look, it's stupid to go because he's never going to go through with it.
What would make you think that?
Because Jonathan said he's never going to marry anyone.
I think he is.
Neil, let's just stay home and make love over and over again until the sirens from the paramedics coming for Ronald's father jolt us out of it.
Though 1 minute from now I might deny I ever said this, I really think the healthiest thing is for you to go because that's the only way you're ever going to close the book on Jonathan forever.
Fine.
This is why in high school, while all my classmates were getting it fast and furious, I was busy manning the peer counseling hotline. I think it's great that you were finally able to vent some of your ugly, hostile feelings about this. I'm just not sure the guest book was the best place to do it. Jonathan, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Phallus. So, Alicia, you're not going to wish us well?
I would, if I thought you were actually going to go through with it.
We are gathered in this Tony Uptown Gallery next to what has to be the most expensive parking lot anyone has ever put a 1983 Chrysler LeBaron into to join this man and this woman.
I object.
It's not time for that yet.
I object. He used me.
If you're not Protestant, it's not my problem.
He used me. I loved him. And one day he sent me out for groceries, and when I came home, I found 3 nude Barnard freshmen waving to me from the window.
Please, if I don't get my car out of that lot in 2 hours, I may have to sell it.
My life was shattered, and I didn't even get my crimping iron back.
Would you remove her, please?
Oh, hi.
And would you remove her, please? To love and honor, in sickness and in health.
This is just so silly. It's never going to happen.
This is about over. If this were a soccer game, people would be getting crushed already.
Till death do you part.
I do.
You know, I know you weren't in the best mood and you wanted to be left alone. So thanks for making me sit up front with the cabbie. I especially liked it when he made that sharp left and 16 Saints hit me in the face. Alicia, I really think you'd feel better if you just talk about it.
Whose stupid idea was it to make me go to that wedding anyway?
Of course, there is a school of thought where you can just talk something to death.
I can't believe that Jonathan still has the power to affect me like this. It's just so sick.
See, it's good that we're talking. What you're saying is absolutely horrifying, but it's really good that we're talking.
I guess I just can't believe that I meant so little to him that he could get over me so fast.
It's not that you meant so little to him. But, I mean, you got over him, right?
Right.
So I guess everybody who's supposed to be over everybody is over everybody.
Alicia! God, I love you! Come on, Neil. Don't you have another outlet for your energies?
Jonathan, what the hell are you doing here?
Alicia, you've got to take me back.
Jonathan, you're married.
I know. It's horrible.
It's only been an hour.
Really? God, it feels like 2.
I can't believe this. I mean, the last time you were here, you said if you couldn't have me, you were going to jump out a window. And then 4 weeks later, you're marrying Cynthia.
I know. How come you didn't stop me? How could you let me go through with it? And Cynthia wants to know why you bought us such a crappy gift. Alicia, you've got to take me back.
This is absurd. You're married.
Hey, Neil, you want to play a different record already?
Hey, Jonathan. What's your wife doing right now?
I don't know. Probably wondering why it's taking me this long to put our shoes outside of our room.
You didn't tell her having to do that to her.
Hey, what was I gonna do? Have her sit out in the car in this neighborhood? I mean, she's my wife, for God's sake.
Jonathan, what the hell am I supposed to say to you?
How about you're insane, you're married, get out?
Alicia, you tortured me. You made my life hell. You made me unbelievably miserable. I need you.
Why? I thought your pretty little wife made you happy.
Never. Well, once she did something for a few minutes that made me extremely happy. And come to think of it, I did steal her from a good friend who really loved her. So that made me happy, too. But beyond...
Alicia, just ignore him. Don't let him take you down to his level.
You are a selfish, loathsome, icky pig.
I know. And hearing you call me that, remembering you beating me with your fist when I gave you that reading list, making love up against the pastry chef at La Côte Basque, that's all I could think about when I was looking into Cynthia's dull, trusting eyes. The fact that I need you in my life. And the fact that I got 60 grand for a watercolor of your ass didn't hurt either.
Jonathan, why didn't you just get married and stay that way and be out of my life forever?
Hey, come on. I gave the marriage a shot.
I don't believe this. You should be on your honeymoon by now, and we should be in the middle of some very intense foreplay. But instead of throwing him out, you're calling him names and getting more excited than my Aunt Barbara when she accidentally walked in on her son's college roommate while he was toweling off with her house coat.
That's not it, Neil. It's more complicated than that.
Yeah, right. One of those things that I'll just never understand. You know, I used to feel stupid when I didn't. Now, I just don't give a damn. You know, you two, you're right for each other, you're wrong for each other, you figure it out.
Neil.
No, to me, two people, they love each other, they have some ups and downs, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. That's a relationship. But two people, they hate each other, they scream and yell and hurt each other, then they can't live without each other? That's a carpet business.
Neil, what are you doing here? I thought you never stayed here late since that time the cleaning woman locked the door behind her and removed her brassiere at you.
How did you know about that?
She told me. Actually, she did the same thing to me. The only difference being we had a brief affair. I finished a surprising third in a salsa marathon and now have keys to every office in the building.
How could you just leave me there alone with the one man for my whole life that you know can still get to me?
Neil, the way I size this up, all the signs are pointing towards the two of you having a great time on your desk tonight.
Ted, could you leave us alone?
Hey, you look hot in those heels and that Camp Snoopy t-shirt.
So,
So, Jonathan's a brilliant, passionate artist. He made a mistake getting married. He did it just to hurt me, just to get back at me for leaving him.
Great, just tell me everything. And if that's not painful enough, I'm sure there's some borax in the men's room. You could rub it into my eyes.
Oh, it got intense. We had a fight. He started crying. I started crying.
That's wonderful. I'm sure that usually leads to the sound of more zippers opening than after the 7-hour first act of Nicholas Nickleby.
We went over every moment between us, every horrible low and every astonishing high.
That was probably around the time the police horse was flicking his tail into my mouth as I was about to take a bite of my soft pretzel.
And then it got quiet, just the two of us, no one else around. There was no one else for us to fight in front of her, no one else for us to use against the other. And then we realized we really don't want each other at all.
What?
Yeah, we just didn't want each other to want anyone else or to have anyone else.
That's just sick.
I know.
Well, where's Jonathan now?
I don't know. I think he took Megan to the movies.
You're not even going to apologize, are you?
Why don't you apologize?
Me? What the hell do I have to apologize for?
How about for leaving me alone and emotionally vulnerable?
How about for almost throwing away everything we had for some guy who's poison for you?
How about for having no understanding of me?
How could I possibly understand you? I have a better chance of figuring out which phone company has lower rates.
Maybe you're just a child.
Yeah, maybe you're just impossible.
But you want me.
Yes.
Even after all this.
Yes. God, this is sick.
I know. How do you like it?
I can definitely see the appeal.
I knew that you would.
So, our relationship isn't going to be like this from now on, is it?
Of course it's not.
And we're definitely going to make love on the desk, aren't we?
Of course we are.
Great.
Peter Boyle guest stars in an all-new episode of Robert De Niro's Tribeca, following Class of '96, Tuesday. Now, stay tuned. The Edge is next.